Okay, I wanted to go over our assignment for chapter 11 this morning. So clicking on that, I'm going to make that due next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. Is that all right? Put that due the 25th.
This is for a dictation?
No, this is for chapter 11 videos from your book, your
Oh, right.
textbook.
Okay.
You will have a dictation. It is not up yet. My hope is to get to it today. All right, so chapter 11 videos. Um, let's look at chapter 11. Chapter 11, section 1. I think we looked at this once before. Single line melodies and duets. Obviously, we're not going to be doing duets. Leaps within the tonic and dominant triads. What's my tonic triad? Solfege.
Mm. Oh, do, mi, sol,
Do mi so. And what's the dominant triad?
sol, te, re,
Sol ti re.
sol, ti, re.
Unless we're in natural minor, then you're right, Titus. If we're in natural, it's te. And if we have a dominant seventh,
Salty Ray Fa.
yeah. Sol ti re fa. Good. Okay. So that's section 1. I gave you example 11-17 for your rhythm example. Looking at it, what do you notice? You notice it's a piece of cake is what you notice.
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of those rhythms?
Is this an assignment?
What?
Is this an assignment?
This is an assignment.
Okay.
This is chapter 11 videos. Due next weekend. You all know how to count this rhythm? You better. That's like you're training 1. Do you know how to count this rhythm? Those are your 2 trickiest rhythms, kids. You think you can handle it? One eanda. One Good way to teach these when you all start teaching is to put up the fastest rhythmic values and put in ties. This equals that. It's an easy way for kids to conceptualize what you got on the screen. Speaking of teaching, have you all signed up for piano teaching in the fall?
You sign up next month. Unless you've got early registration.
Cool. Don't be intimidated because it's called piano teaching 1. Like piano may not be your first instrument, and don't let that scare you. It's really all about music teaching. Right now I've got a guitarist in there. I've had percussionists in there in the past. Some of you have been involved with MTNA in the past. It's basically MTNA for credit now with assignments. MTNA is Music Teachers National Association. It was a club that we had on campus. So come learn how to make some money. Better than your Taco Bell job.
Please.
Please what?
No, you're right. I need help, Doc. I need help. I'm destitute.
So let's talk about it, shall we?
Yeah, Doc. Will it be offered in the spring by chance?
It will not.
Okay.
Piano Teaching 2 will be offered in the spring.
Ah, I see how it is.
So it's a sequence course. So if you don't get on the fall train, you got to wait another year. Maybe I go on my little tangent here today and say, you got to plan a year ahead, right? You have to plan in advance a year. We've not had this conversation. We need to have this conversation. Some of you have had this conversation because you're in my piano class. We are in spring 2021 right now. This is true. Next comes fall 2022. Am I right? One
still.
Yeah. Okay. Move my chat box. Make this bigger. Next comes spring 2022, followed by fall 2022. There are 3 things that you need to leave City College. What are they?
At least 60.
60 transferable units. That means that anatomy by Braille class that you took and the underwater basket weaving class that you took are probably not going to count. Pokemon Go, I'm not sure if that counts, but we have a Pokemon Go PE class for reals. I'm not even lying about that.
Oh my gosh.
If it gets them out walking, that's more than what I did. So.
All right. What else do you need?
You need those key classes, English.
You need the golden 4.
Okay.
And those golden 4 are English 1A, English 3, or ... You need a comm class, and you need math.
Took all those, yo. Woo.
Okay, make sure that they count, because some of them do and some of them don't. And the third thing you need to leave City College is not a high five.
Man, my heart's crushed.
A 2.0 GPA. You got to average a C, kids. Okay? You need those 3 things. Now, we are here. This is now. If you plan on starting somewhere else, fall 2022, you have to apply a year in advance by November 30th. Okay? That's scary. A lot of you haven't thought about that. You're applying next semester if you're leaving us in fall 2022. All y'all are music majors. So that means you're going to have an audition here. Usually January, February. That's less than a year from now. Okay? So if you have no idea what your audition rep is, now you're toast. You need to go find out what your audition rep's going to be. Because if you're not learning with Miss York or me or Dr. Cooper or whoever you're taking your private lessons from, if you're not learning the pieces that the colleges are going to require at your audition in January, February now, you need to know now and start working in these 2 semesters what your college audition rep's going to be so that you have it ready to go in less than a year from now in January, February. Yes? Am I lighting a fire under your backsides? Hopefully. Questions?
Yes.
Comments? Concerns?
This is all really good stuff, Doc. Well, I mean, I appreciate you for, even worrying about us more than us, Doc.
If you're a commercial music major, what is it going to require?
Finale.
Finale.
Well, you do need that class, but to get into a college, it's going to require you a portfolio / interview. In addition, oftentimes to an audition. So you're going to be auditioning on guitar or piano or voice, and you got to turn in a portfolio. And usually that portfolio requires at least 2 pieces in contrasting style. They want recordings of it, and usually they want a score of it. That's why we have the finale requirement, so you can learn how to score your work for that commercial music portfolio that you got to turn in as part of your application to get in.
Could just have Pro Tools automatically score your beat.
You could, but what happens when you do that? You get ties across bar lines and it looks like crap and everybody knows that's what you did.
Right.
Take finale. So,
What's the difference between that and like Note Flight?
Note Flight is a piece of garbage that's free. Note Flight's actually really cool, but Note Flight is really super hard to learn. Because isn't that the one that's all code? There's a bunch of shortcuts. You're not confusing that with MuseScore, right? MuseScore is really easy to learn.
No, I used Note Flight in high school. So I don't know. It's
So
not like
the difference is Finale is the top of the line product industry standard that lets you do everything that you need to do. Change keys, score for full orchestra, anything imaginable pretty much in music you need, Finale can do. A lot of those easy, free, cheap, inexpensive programs, Note Flight, MuseScore, they can't. Oh, Note Flight's not the one I like. Lily Pond's the one that I like. Note Flight's not good because you're limited to how much you can save. You have an online account and you can only save a few things. And you can't do things like change key and get all the staffing options that you need. That's been my experience with Note Flight. You're very limited. Where Finale, you got a full-blown program.
What's
Finale,
the difference with MuseScore and Finale?
Same thing. MuseScore can't do everything. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's the nice free alternative, but it can't do everything that Finale does. The nice thing about Finale is it's a $600 program when you leave college. That's how much it'll cost you. But if you buy it as a college student, you can get it for $99. So once you leave, skyrockets up to $600 unless you have an educational gig. If you teach at a school, you can still get it for $99, but otherwise. So, are we getting on what we need to get on? You need to do some research and see what the audition requirements are at, what they are at the schools you want to apply to. They're different everywhere you go. Fullerton always has a lot more requirements than any other school. Fresno State's always 10 minutes, 2 contrasting pieces, in my experience, for my students. Questions? I think you'll get me for both of them, Titus.
Cool.
Okay. Love talking about this stuff, but we have to look ahead. I've got a lot of students that have missed the boat because they didn't have a meeting with Evie and they didn't know that they needed to take a class. They didn't meet with their professor. They didn't know they needed to take a class. One thing I have to say before I forget. You cannot take something you've got 2 summer. You got summer 22 and you have summer 21. You cannot take something summer 22 that you need for your degree and then start in the fall. Won't happen. Schools won't accept it. You have to be done by spring. Spring is the last time you can take a class and have it count for most institutions. Ask me how I know. Because one of our dear vocal students didn't listen to this part when I gave the talk and didn't register for the class she needed in the semester she needed and ended up taking it in summer, and state said, sorry, see you in a year. And she ended up going to Stanislaus, who did take it. But most institutions will not take it if it's in the summer before the fall that you start. So get it done by spring. But this summer's a great opportunity for you to get stuff done, especially these golden 4. Yeah. Do y'all know about the ADT program? Most of you probably are ADT majors, hopefully. That's an associate's degree for transfer. It's called a transfer. It's called a degree with a guarantee. If the school is not impacted, you're guaranteed admission as a junior if you do the ADT here. Y'all need to know about the website. Oh, I'm blanking.
Is this right?
Assist.org. Assist.org is a money-saving calculator for you. On the left side, you can put a school. And on the right side, you could put FCC. You can put them, it doesn't matter what side. One side's FCC and one side's the school that you want to go to in California. It will list, if you take this class and this class and this class and this class at FCC, it'll count for this class, and this class at whatever school in California you're looking at. So that tells me for $46 a credit with good-looking instructors at Fresno City College, I can take this class and it'll count for the class over here that's over $200 a credit with not so good-looking instructors. I'm going to take it at FCC. So you can put in any colleges in the CSU system. I think in the UC system, you can put in any major and it'll spit out, here's what you can take at city that counts at state or wherever you want to go.
There's even some direct transfer programs for like UC and like Davis and Santa Cruz and Berkeley, where you take all these required classes and then it's like a guaranteed in after you finish all that.
Yeah, and another cool thing about Berkeley, if you were interested in going to Berkeley, we had a student that transferred to Berkeley, but he didn't get admitted until spring semester, and it was just kind of puzzling to us. Well, we later found out that the city of Berkeley has a city ordinance that only allows so many students in the city boundaries at a time. And in spring semester, Berkeley does a lot of study abroad programs. So a lot of kids will go abroad for spring semester, which takes them out of the city of Berkeley's boundaries, which means Berkeley can let more kids in spring. So it's easier to get into Berkeley, if that's your college of choice, if you like cement buildings, to get in spring. It's easier to get in spring.
Interesting.
So, who knew? All right. That was fun. Did you want a screenshot of that? Do you know your audition rep? Do you know your school of choice's audition requirements? Do you know that November 30th is coming very soon and you have to get your application in? We've had some good success. This year I had 5 piano students audition and all 5 students got in somewhere. And the top scholarship that I know about right now is $20,000. So that's pretty exciting. She got what'd she get? $14,000 academic scholarship and a $6,000 music scholarship.
Is that per year or For
Per
1
year.
year.
Per year.
Heck yeah. Bascom did that. He made that happen.
Well, I tried. I didn't have anything to do with the academic except for the A's that I gave her, maybe some B's. But that was her doing academic. Definitely helped her with the music one, but hey, that's my job. I want to give you guys the most money I can get you. Right? It's a feather in my cap too, right? So I'm all about getting you guys that money. We have another student that got quarter tuition at one school. She got what did she get? A $15,000 tuition scholarship. Another kid got an $11,000 scholarship to Berklee School of Music in Boston.
Dang, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
That's the real Berkeley.
Yeah. A couple others are still waiting, so hopefully that'll happen, right? Let's get you paid to go to school. If we can get you paid to go to school, let's do it. All right. So, the singing examples that you have are 11.22 and 11.31. 11.22 is from Nicaragua. Looking at it, not too bad. You have some butterscotch rhythm values there. Key of G, nothing too bad. Bass clef, some dynamics. Anacrusis, think you can handle it. 11-31, nasty clef. What clef is that?
That was rhetorical, right, Doc?
No. What clef is that?
Alto?
Tenor?
Yeah,
It's a 50-50 shot. No.
it is.
They all look the same.
Apparently, you guys don't follow me on Instagram. That's cool. But let me show you what I did on Instagram. I did one of those multi-image posts. And we did the whole, here are all your clefs, kids. Here's soprano. Oh. Wait for it. I can't remember the dang buttons I gotta hit. What is that? Command, control. Soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone. Soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone. Now you should never forget, like I just did, that this is soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, baritone.
What's the second to last one again?
Yeah, what's the middle one?
Tenor. Alto is the middle one.
Okay, cool.
Mezzo-soprano, soprano. Random one. What is it?
Tenor.
Alto.
Good.
No, I'll just follow the lines.
So,
That's a soprano.
like
Okay.
whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Whack a clef. It's like one of those Instagram filters. My sight singing example is going to be in... Oh, tenor clef, son of a... Can you sing an example in... mezzo-soprano clef? You fail.
What clef are you?
Yeah. What clef are you? Well, today I'm feeling like a baritone clef. All right, so we have a nasty tenor clef that we're dealing with. It's from a work by Handel. And you've got your F sharp there, right? Now, we remember that middle C. Sorry, piano's not on. We remember that middle C is...
Right in the middle of the clef.
the valley between the two humps, yes? That's your middle C. And you've got your F sharp down here. So we start on that D. There's your starting note. Your starting little bit that I just gave you. Please tell me, what is our solfege syllable that we start on?
Oh,
Sol. Nothing is more disheartening to me than to go grade your assignments and you started on the wrong solfege. I'm like, no. Have I taught you nothing? You did the whole thing wrong. And then I have to give you a garbage grade, and I don't like doing that. So 11-31 starts on sol. It does not start on do. It starts on sol.
Wink, wink, snicker, snicker.
Cough, cough.
Nudge.
Hint, hint. The one from Nicaragua. Same thing. Starts on sol. It's actually the exact same note. And it goes so, do. Just like 1131. That's a nice underhand hit out of the park pitch. Don't start on the wrong syllables. Okay, you have a very, very, very nasty final exam coming your way. It is be able to identify all seventh chords in all inversions. And it is worth, wait for it, some ridiculous amount of points, like 175, 170.
But is that the only thing on it?
No. That's actually a quiz that's coming. The actual finals were worth 197 points. So you have two more exams coming. One is seventh chord identification, and one is the final exam. Final exam is going to be done like we just did that last dictation. You get an answer sheet, and then you got to put everything in drop-down menus. How was that, by the way? Was it okay? Was it a hassle?
It's cool, I guess.
All right. So, we need to know our seventh chords. Yeah?
I always get confused because, like, we go from here to Aurelia, and it feels like they have a different. They call one of the seventh chords a different name, and I always get confused on which one it is. So
Yeah,
I
they
just
have
go
a
to the
they have an
first.
additional one that's stupid.
Oh, I know what that is.
What is it, the minor major?
is that
Yeah.
the half diminished?
No. They've got like a minor major or something weird.
Yeah.
Minor major. Oh, minor major.
Minor major. No.
Major 7.
Answer me in the chat. Good, Hannah. Good, Pete. Make sure your answer is a private message so that the whole class doesn't see your wrong or right answers.
Doing inversions yet?
Say again?
Are we doing inversions yet?
We are doing some inversions. We've started doing, haven't we started to do first inversion? Good Titus, good Pete, good Hannah, good David, good Catherine, good Nico, good Jordan. Check it.
Mr. Summer.
Yes. Major seventh. That was a major seventh. That's nasty. Check your inversion, kids that have just answered. We're listening for a second. Do you hear a second? Good, Hannah. All right, let's go through our chart, shall we? Dissonant? No. Tangy? No. Major or minor? Major. So we know it's a dominant seventh. True story. Most of you got that far. Is the chord inverted? Yes, because we can hear a second. Where's the second? That's the $1 million question.
Is it?
Remember, we hear the second inversion wanting to resolve up. At least to me.
So that would not be this one then. Because this one wants to resolve down. I would phone a friend. I would phone Ethan Gong if it was me.
Ring, ring.
AT&T, this is Phyllis. This is Regis Philbin. Where's the second? It's on the bottom. Here's second. In second, in second inversion, the second's in the middle, and it wants to resolve up, like Titus said. And in first, the second's on the top, and it wants to resolve into America the Beautiful. Does that help?
Can you play the middle and then the bottom again?
Second inversion?
Yeah.
Wants to resolve out. First inversion wants to resolve in. Third inversion wants to resolve down. And the second's on the bottom.
I also like listen for the top note on that. So like on the third inversion, you can listen for re do.
Re. Re do.
No.
Ti do.
Those.
Ti do. Fa mi. Good. All right. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Remember who you were and what you stood for, and we'll see you on Monday or Tuesday.
Thanks, Doc.
All righty.
Oh, super fast question. What is your finale class called?
Music 112. Introduction to
The
finale
summer.
for the summer. Are you in the summer semester?
Oh, I'm
Research
looking at
is
fall. That's
last
why.
name
Is
building.
it just summer?
Yeah, it's just summer.
Okay, cool, sweet. All right, thank you.
All right. Can I go on a tangent today
About what?
about all y'all's life? I want to make sure you all are planning ahead. You all are. What are you all? You're considered second semester freshmen at the worst?
I'm actually pretty far along.
Yeah.
I've
So
been-
I wanted to ask you all, what do you have to leave Fresno City College? And see if you all knew. There are 3 things you need to leave City College. Does anybody know? Nobody knows?
Oh, I didn't think you were asking us just yet.
Yes, I'm asking
So-
you. What do you have to leave City College?
Well, it would depend on your major requirements. You need GED, and for commercial music, you need level 1 through 4 of theory in ear training. You need beginning and intermediate advanced piano or something like that, and 2 semesters of a live ensemble or something like that.
All right, you're talking degree specific. I'm talking in general. In general, to get out of City College, you need 60 transferable units. So that underwater basket weaving class that you took, and anatomy by Braille, and even maybe that PE Pokemon Go class. I'm not sure if that transfers or not. You laugh. We really do have a Pokemon Go PE class.
Oh my god. That's
So you need 60 transferable units. This is true?
Didn't Pokemon Go die off a few years ago?
I don't know.
You
You need a 2.0 GPA. And you need the golden 4. Do y'all know what the golden 4 are?
what are the golden 4?
English 1. English 3 or ... Com class. Math class. Do y'all know this? Is this new? Is this news to people?
Not really. Not to me.
Right now, we are in the spring of 2021. Next up comes fall 2021. That's going to be followed by spring 2022. And that's going to be followed by fall 2022. This is now. Most of you, I assume, are planning on starting at some other school in fall of 2022. Is that right?
I don't think there's a transfer for my degree, so I think I get my degree from here.
What's your degree?
Commercial music, to be able to.
There's definitely a transfer for your degree. You can most definitely transfer in commercial music to a 4-year institution. Some schools that you might consider looking at would include CSULA, Cal Poly Pomona, San Diego State, CSU Long Beach, wow. Chico State, CSU Northridge, CSU Stanislaus, CSU Monterey Bay, I can tell you from personal experience that we have graduates of City College at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 5 for sure in commercial music. But these other 3 are also choices. I mentioned Stanislaus specifically because conceivably you could set it up. It wouldn't be fun, but you could set it up to where you could drive, still live at home where you're living, but drive a couple days a week to Stanislaus. Stanislaus is like 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours away, depending on where you live. I've spoken to the professors there, and they said that you could arrange it so that you could set your schedule so possibly you would only have to go up there 2 or 3 days a week. Because I know a lot of people don't want to go spend the money to move or need to stay around. Fresno State does not have commercial music, but Stanislaus does. Monterey Bay is kind of cool. It's got a recording studio in an old church, and there's not a lot of majors, so you're not fighting a lot of people to have board time at the recording studio board. So that's cool. But yeah, we have grads at those 5 schools where we did. We had transfers. Now, what I want y'all to know is that you got to start a year in advance preparing to transfer. So if you're planning to start somewhere in fall of 22, that means you're applying a year in advance by November 30th. Okay? That's coming up. That's like 6 months away. April to May, May to June, June, July, July to October, October to... Where did I go? June, May, June, July, August, September, October. It's like 7 months away. Okay, so if you're going to start somewhere else fall of 2022, you're applying next fall by November 30th. Okay? If you are a music major, you are going to have an audition in either January or February. If you are a commercial music major, you are going to turn in a portfolio and or have an interview. Okay?
So what does it mean by a portfolio?
Most commercial music schools require at least 2 contrasting pieces. Most of them want a recording, and they want a score that you've gotten music notation. That's why we require our students to take finale.
Right.
So you know how to score your projects when you got to turn in a portfolio.
Okay.
So if you haven't signed up for my finale class, sign up for my finale class. Now, if you, I'm going to mute you just for a second because you've got some funky feedback happening there. If you have, if you are a music major, you need to base what you're going to be auditioning on for your music now and for next semester. So if you play an instrument, you better know, what are my audition requirements? That's going to require you to look at some web pages. You need to look at the web pages of the schools that you're going to be auditioning at and say, oh, such and such school requires an etude. Such and such school requires that I learn this. Such and such school requires a song from this time period or in this language or whatever the case may be, right? If you don't know what your audition requirements are, you're not going to have that in your repertoire now and next semester to be ready for your audition. So that's another reason you got to plan a year in advance, yeah? So that's why I want to have this conversation because I don't know where else you're going to have it.
And the audition that happens in January, will we also have to do the piano proficiency exam for that?
Most schools do not do that at the same time of the audition. I have been at schools that have, but most do not. Like Fresno State, for example, they give you they hold them for the first 3 weeks, I think. You got to get it done in the first 3 weeks so that they can put you in the right class.
Okay.
But most schools do not do that as part of the audition. When I was at Michigan, they did. When I was at Michigan, they would have all the Broadway kids, musical theater. They'd have all the musical theater kids take a piano proficiency exam as part of the audition. And if they were on the fence between two kids, they'd take the kid that placed higher in the piano proficiency exam because they had less classes that they had to do. But that's the only place I've really seen that. And I don't know of anywhere in California, but that's not to say it couldn't happen, but I just haven't seen it. Other questions?
So since there is a way to graduate from and transfer from Fresno City to somewhere else for commercial music, are you even able to just get a degree here at Fresno City and then get an associate's here in commercial music, or?
Absolutely. So
And
we are going to go to Fresno City College.edu. On this webpage, we're going to come here to the academics tab. Under academics, we're going to come here to majors. Under majors, we're going to go to M for music. Under M for music, we are going to go to... Where are we?
Second from the top.
The commercial music associate's degree. There's your college map. Right now, I can say that you've done ear training 1 because you're in ear training 2.
Yeah.
I can say that you've probably done either theory 1 or fundamentals because you're in.
I've done both.
Yep. I would say that you've planned to take finale this summer. And I don't know where you are on the rest of this. Oh, piano
I've-
1? Have you
I've
taken piano
done.
1?
I've taken piano 1. I want to retake it, but I passed it, so I don't think I can.
Just come take my piano 2. We'll catch you up.
Okay.
There's a lot of overlap.
Mhm.
So
I've
you're gonna take
also-
that fall.
Yeah, I've also done audio engineering, history of rock. I've done music business. I need to do piano level 2, voice level 1, and finale.
Those are the heavy classes that are keeping you from graduating.
And then I also need to do the ensembles.
You've done none of them yet?
No, I haven't, because I'm a guitar player. Like, what am I gonna what ensemble am I gonna join?
Choir.
Ben said that. I'm not a singer though.
Now, if you wanted to play guitar, you could get in a jazz combo. Talk to Professor Lucchese about being in a jazz ensemble.
Okay.
If you know your chops aren't where they need to be in your top jazz band, tell them that. Say, hey, I know I'm not the top chop player for your big band, but I'd still like to do something where I can actually use my instrument.
Yeah.
Or get in a jazz ensemble and the choir, knock 2 out in 1 semester. Okay, and then you need to get in an elective. Well, you're in an elective right now. 7B's your elective.
I've also taken let's see, what others have I done? I've
Are
done
you in
audio.
theory?
Yeah, I've done theory 2. I'm doing theory 2.
Done with your electives. You've got to get into, I think you got to get into advanced something.
I'm in advanced guitar right now, but
Actually, no, you don't. You just got to get your ensembles done.
Yeah, that's
And then these 3 classes right here.
yeah. And I was thinking, if not this summer, next summer for finale, because I
Do
don't
it now. If
mind
you
the
do it
wait.
now, you can graduate next spring. At least from our point of view from music. I don't know where you are on your 60 transferables.
I think I'm almost there because like I said, I've been going and working slowly through
Well, then you need
the
to hop in.
GED.
If you hop in finale now, you'll be done. You get in my piano in the fall and voice in fall or spring, you're done. As long as you take care of ensembles.
Right.
You could be done by spring.
I could be.
So let me throw this at you. What's the worst job you can get in music in the Central Valley? When I say worst, I mean lowest paying.
I'm not sure. Maybe something like I don't know, like a disc jockey. I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily in music, but I mean, it can be.
Like, what's the lowest paying job? Like, if you were to, I guess you could do that.
Because I want to.
You could also go into music education, right?
Yeah, which I don't want to do. I'm not.
I
a
know
good
you
teacher.
don't, but let's say you did, right?
Right.
Music education, Clovis, Fresno area. What's that salary going to be?
I don't know. Something. Let me look that up.
I think it's going to be around 50,000
a year, or
yeah. Right?
Right.
I'm guessing you're not making 50,000 right now.
No.
So
I'm
every
a
year,
full-time student.
Every year you don't graduate, every year you continue being a full-time student is another year you put off making that worst salary at 50,000 being a music teacher.
Which is like 24 an hour.
So take finale this summer. Get done. Get a job.
Yeah, I'm going to. I've been trying for so long.
All right. So if for the rest of you that are not commercial music majors, I'm assuming that most of you are ADT, the associate degree for transfer. Yeah, there's your map. You did theory 1. You're in theory 2. You did ear training 1. You're in ear training 2. You just got to complete that sequence. You got to get in your large ensembles, just like Connor. And you got to take something intermediate advanced, either piano or voice or an instrument or something. And that's how you transfer as an ADT. Questions on that?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so why is it that we can't take music theory, like, for example, theory 1 and theory 2 in unison? Like, say, like, I already passed music theory level 2, but I can't take it until I pass this. I can't take 3 until I pass this class.
Music theory and music theory and ear training are co-requisites.
Co-requisites.
So you can't go on until you pass both. So if you fail one but pass the other, you got to catch up and pass the one, and then go on the other.
You know, that's what I was wondering about last semester, because I thought I wasn't gonna pass ear training 1. I was like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna end up failing your theory 1 because of this too, or what?
No, you can pass the one, but you can't go on to the next level until you pass both, because they're co-requisites. Yeah. At some colleges, Isaac, there's no distinction between the two. They're the same class. So at some colleges, instead of calling it theory and ear training, they call it musicianship, and it meets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, instead of Monday, Wednesday for one and Tuesday and Thursday for the other. That's just how we have it set up at City. That could change in the future, but that's how it is for now. Does that answer your question? Other questions?
I had a question.
Go ahead.
This is actually for commercial music, but just looking at this reminded me, do we not have to take all of the extra music theory and ear training classes for that major?
Commercial music, no, you don't. You're actually done for commercial music if you'd like to be.
Okay.
Yeah, you are in. Let me clear this. You're taking electives right now if commercial music's your major, because you only have to do one theory and one ear training, which you've already done.
Dang.
Where are you on everything else?
For commercial music major, I'm pretty behind because I was basing it off of the music for
CGT.
transfer at first, and then now
Yeah, me
decided
too.
I want to go for commercial music.
So you're
Okay.
hopping in finale in the fall or in the summer?
Yeah.
Have you taken music business?
Nope,
Have you taken beginning voice?
I have not.
Have you taken piano 1 or 2?
Nope.
If you'd like, you could take piano 1 in the summer, but I don't teach it, just so you know.
Okay.
History of rock?
Nope.
Audio engineering?
Nope.
Computer music production?
Nope.
Okay, so that's where you're at. Now, a couple other things I want to throw your guys' way. There's a website called assist.org. And assist.org is a money-saving calculator. Because you can say, all right, I want to go to, where do we want to go? Where do you want to go to school?
Harvard.
It's got to be in state.
Yeah.
CSULA.
CSULA. And I'm at City College.
I also had a quick question about like homework and stuff, but it can wait for until you're done with this.
All right. I'm going to say my music's my major. All right. On the left is everything at CSULA. On the right is everything at Fresno City College. So on the right, it will tell you if you take this class at Fresno City College, it will count for this course at CSULA. CSULA doesn't like us. Wow. Nothing's hooked up with them except for Music Appreciation. I bet you that that's not true, that this agreement's just old and outdated. Because we've had kids that have gone there and they've done better than that. I'm going to change it from CSULA to CSU Northridge. What the what? Oh, I gotta come here. Gotta select music again. Okay, if I'm doing music industry at Northridge, if I take ear training here, it counts for ear training there. If I take ear training 2 here, it counts for ear training 2 at Northridge. So, Zach, it's not all lost if you were to go to Northridge. You're getting credit for what you're in now. And I would recommend Northridge personally. If I take history of music at City, counts at Northridge. If I take music theory, counts at Northridge. So it's not all lost at all, Zach. So this is a money-saving calculator. It tells you what you can take for $46 a credit with good-looking instructors at Fresno City College that will count for courses at Northridge that cost $1 million, and they're not as good-looking. They're ugly instructors over there. So we're trying to save your money and your eyes. Questions on assist.org? If you are talking to me, you are muted. Okay. If you're talking to Ben, tell Ben to go practice. All right.
I'm not. I'm talking to my friend Rudy right now.
Rudy?
And I'm just, yeah.
Get your stuff together, Rudy. Come on.
My professor says, get your stuff together, Rudy.
All right. So I wanted you to to know all that so that you're planning in enough time in advance. Because November, once fall starts, November is going to sneak up on you really quick. And if you haven't started planning to get your transcripts and all that stuff, it can cause panic to set in. But if you start planning now, then you know, hey, I got to get this and then got to get that. And I want to do this. Now, here's an important thing that I'm going to say that I want to make sure everybody hears, including Connor. You can take summer classes. In fact, I would recommend it. I put that in the wrong spot. But you cannot take a summer 22 class and have it count towards you going somewhere in the fall. They will not accept it. Everything has to be done by the end of spring to count toward you starting in fall. Ask me how I know. I know because a vocal student didn't listen to me when I gave this presentation. And she put off taking something that she should have taken here, took it here, and Fresno State said, sorry, see you in a year. And she couldn't go to Fresno State because they wouldn't take her class that she took in the summer. Cal State Stanislaus took it, which is great, but Cal State Fresno said no. So it can come back to bite you if you don't get it done when you should have gotten it done. So just know that summer before, generally you can't take what you need to have taken. Questions?
Question.
Go ahead.
What music classes are offered in the summer?
This summer we are offering music appreciation. We are offering Piano 1. We're offering Introduction to Finale, and I think we normally offer Music Fundamentals. Now, that may sound like a worthless class for you, and it probably is, unless it counts as an elective for you or you need to boost your GPA. If you need to boost your GPA, take Music Fundamentals. You already know it all. That'll boost your GPA with a 4.0. If you can stay disciplined and do the work, because you already know the material, right?
Right.
That's what I know for sure we offer. Now, if there's something else that I don't know about, that could be, but that's what I know for sure we're offering.
How many weeks is the finale class?
7.
7.
So
Okay.
I think we start the week after, the Monday after we're done with finals. We start that Monday and we're done by I don't know, somewhere in July.
Okay.
So it's like 1 week in May, 4 weeks in June, 2 weeks in July, something like that. And it's not synchronous like this has been. It's not live in person. It's watch this video, do this assignment, turn it in. Watch this video, turn this assignment in. I can be there synchronous for like an office hour if you need help.
Right.
But it's kind of work at your own pace. Watch my videos. Here's the program. Do it.
Okay. Question. Who teaches the piano class again?
Professor Gavorkian, Astik Gavorkian. Some people call her Star. She teaches in the summer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's who I took Piano 1 with in the fall, my
Yeah.
first semester. Okay, so question about assignments and stuff.
Okay.
I saw that last Sunday we had week 13 Aurelia due, but we didn't have week 12 due anytime soon.
Should have had week 11 due.
Aurelia week 11 was due April 4th. Aurelia week week 11 was due April 4th.
Week 13 I'll kick out. We'll fix that.
Yeah, because I've already done week 13 since that was due on the 11th.
Great. Lucky you.
And then week
I must've-
12.
I'll float that due date. I'll fix it right now.
Yeah, week 12 was never due. Like,
Right.
I did it. I went and did it right afterwards. I was like, wait a minute. We haven't even done week 12.
There was
Why
an
are we doing-"
assignment on it.
Yeah, there was. There was just no due date.
Okay. I'll float both of those due dates.
And we also have
As soon as
chapter
it's-
11 videos the 25th, so 2 weeks from now.
Yeah,
basically.
I wanted to talk about those today. This is not letting me edit. Hold on.
So yeah, I meant to ask you on Tuesday, but the exam kind of threw me for a loop and I forgot to ask.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I've updated. I have updated Aurelia 12. Let me go to 13 real quick. Also, I don't have a dictation up, but I will. My plan is to do it this afternoon.
There's also 2 Aurelia week 12s. There's 2 of 14s as well.
What the heck?
And 2 15s.
Okay.
Everything's
know.
all out of whack right now.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I'm deleting the one that you did not do.
We're going to find out.
Okay, hopefully that fixes it all. 13, I need to edit the due date. 1 second. Thanks for letting me know on that.
Yeah, I was just kind of confused. Okay, yeah, no, you didn't delete. You deleted the one that I hadn't done. So.
All right, should be fixed now. Okay, chapter 11 videos. We have 3 things due. We have 1 rhythm and 2 singing examples. Chapter 11, I think we talked about this the other day, that we're dealing with tonic triads and dominant triads. What are the solfege syllables for the tonic triad?
Do mi so.
Do mi so. What is the dominant triad's solfege syllables?
Dominant is la fa re or
No.
no.
Sol T re.
Sol ti re. Okay.
Sol ti re, and then if we have the dominant 7th on there,
Fa.
Fa.
Sol ti
Sol
re
ti
fa.
re fa. Good. All right. Now, your first vocal example is 11-17 from Nicaragua. Bass clef, 3/4 time signature. Personally, I don't think it's terribly hard. What key are we in?
Give me a sec. I'll tell you in a sec.
Bass clef?
11.17, you said?
Yeah. No, 11-22, I'm sorry.
11. Oh, okay. For our actual example.
Yeah.
Okay. 11.22, we are in 1 sharp, which is either G sharp, G major, or like C minor.
What?
No, E minor. G major, E minor. My bad.
Yes, I will buy that. What key are we in?
Let's see. G. We're in G major. Because
What is
our last
what is our starting solfege syllable?
starting solfege syllable since me.
What?
Me? Because G,
What?
right? G.
What?
Am I thinking
Sol.
Sol.
Oh, I was thinking treble clef. Oops.
Okay, so we're going to start sol do, yeah? Nothing is more disheartening to me than to have to give you guys a bad grade because you started on do when you shouldn't have and messed the whole thing up. Next example, 11-31 by Handel. What clef are we in?
Tenor, right? Or is
That's
it alto?
right. Or is it alto?
It's tenor. because you just said that was right.
Did you not follow me on Instagram?
I don't have Instagram, so no, unfortunately.
I did a nice multiple picture post entitled "Know Your Clefs," and this is soprano, and this is mezzo soprano. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Let me try that again. This is soprano. This is, oh, for the love. This is mezzo soprano. This is alto. This is tenor. This is baritone. This is soprano. This is mezzo soprano. This is alto. This is tenor. This is baritone.
So why does it go from bottom to the top, from high pitch to low pitches?
That's an excellent question. The answer is so you don't have to have
A bunch of ledger lines.
Yeah. So we were joking this morning about making a YouTube filter. Which clef am I? Which clef am I going to do my example in? Oh, mezzo soprano. No. It's kind of fun when you put in your accidentals. You can see where your sharps are.
What even is mezzo soprano clef? What range is that? Like, I've never heard mezzo soprano.
It's not as high as soprano, right?
Well, of course, it's between alto and soprano.
Right.
But like, where is that? Where would you lay that at?
In your theory book, it tells you. Maybe.
Let me see. You got the page number for that, maybe?
I don't. I sure don't. It definitely shows up in your orchestration book, which you don't have yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we are doing rhythm for 11-17. 11-17. Is there anything difficult that you don't know in 11-17 as far as rhythm goes?
What time signature are we in? 4/4? Just oh yeah, common. I didn't see the common sign. I was looking for numbers, not letters.
Piece of cake, right?
Should be, yeah. The dotted 8th to 16th, I forget what the rhythm is for that. It's
okay. Let's go over it. I told my morning class. Did anybody need a picture of this before I erase my screen? Just in case you wanted a play-by-play on when you needed to get your stuff done. There it is. Go ahead and take a screenshot. If not, I will clear it and we will talk about rhythm.
It should just be and a 3, right? So if I'm looking, or and a 4.
So I was telling my morning class, a really good way to teach it is to break it down to the quickest rhythmic value, which in this case is the 16th note. And you know the counting for this is what, Connor?
1 E and a.
1 E and a. So I'm going to write that in. 1 E and a. Now what we've done is we've taken our 1 E and a and we've morphed it into that.
So just
which is just taking this and tying the first to the second and the second to the third.
So it's just 1 a 4 or 3 a 4.
A 4, 3 a 4. You got it.
Yeah.
Easy way to teach it.
Yeah.
If you're interested in becoming a teacher, I teach a class in the fall called music teaching. It's called piano teaching. But it's open to all majors, no matter what. I've got a vocal major in there, I think. I've got a guitar major in there. I've had percussion students take it. So we talk about how to teach concepts and how to set up a business. Also, coming down the pipe, you have a final exam that's worth 197 points, and you have a 7th chord listening exam that's worth 170 points. The listening exam is going to have all inversions of your 7th chords. Hit me up in the chat. It's not tangy. Can't be major major. So we now know it's the dominant seventh, but what inversion is it in? Is there a second? Where is the second? This is the $1 million question. Good, Skylar. Where's the second? Second's on the bottom. We're in third inversion. The third inversion wants to move down. The second inversion wants to move up. And the first inversion wants to move in. And it's America the Beautiful. So first wants to move in. Second wants to move up. Third wants to move down.
And what about root? Root also wants to move down?
Root doesn't want to go anywhere. Root wants to repeat a bunch of times and be rock and roll. Also, root is evenly spaced. There's no second. There's no second. They're all thirds. First has the second on the top. Second has the second in the middle. Third has the second on the bottom. Sometimes, though, Connor, you might hear the dominant is wanting to resolve
The tonic,
in.
right?
Yeah. But
That's all
there's
I've always
no
heard it.
second. There's no second for that root position.
That's just always how I've identified the dominant. It's like, oh, that sounds like it wants to go to the tonic. That's a
Great.
dominant.
Just double check that indeed no second, and you'll be right there.
By the way, was I muted when I was talking about this book?
You were.
I was saying this book is so helpful.
Who's it by?
It is by Peter M. Thal.
Cool.
So it's a
Is
book
that what
you'll
Brady
get.
uses?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the books that you get for him.
Cool. All right. Hopefully this was somewhat helpful today. Hopefully it helped you think ahead a little bit what you got to get going, working on, what the research you need to do, looking at the institutions, what their portfolio or audition requirements are, so you're not surprised and you're ready to go, yeah? Have a good weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Remember who you were and what you stood for, and we'll see you on Monday or Tuesday.
So no dictation due this week?
You
or
will have a dictation coming
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
All righty.
Mr. Bascom, I have
Yeah.
some questions.
Go ahead.
So I think I talked to Max and he said that he was going to test out of piano 1
Okay.
without taking. Is that